So I'm representing BMO Financial Group. I have a unique position in the bank. Just so you know who I am and kind of where I come from. I have over 25 years experience in healthcare, sales and marketing with a variety of companies focused on ophthalmology, internal medicine, gastroenterology, hepatology, and basically built a career in the life sciences space. As I mentioned, I'm one of two people. I myself am based in the Toronto area covering Eastern Canada. I have a colleague in the West. But basically, BMO has decided that we have an industry sector group. We have extensive experience in healthcare, and we work with our banking partners to support banking opportunities for healthcare individuals, such as your typical dentists, pharmacists, vets, optometrists, specialty physicians, and my personal passion is life science companies because I come from that. If you connect with me via LinkedIn, you'll see, some of my background. I guess unique opportunities that I've had is I worked for a company called Axcan Pharma. They were, they were a Quebec-based pharma company, started in someone's basement back in the 80s, I guess is a good way to put it. That grew to about 50 million in sales in Canada. And were in a unique position where they were asked by the FDA to bring their product to the US because of some production issues with a US-based company in the GI space and inflammatory bowel disease. And we're the first Canadian company to go public on NASDAQ and actually purchase a pharma company in the US. So as we all know, in pharma, typically Canada is a distributor of American products, but we were kind of doing it the opposite way, which was exciting to be a part of. So when you do contact me and we discuss opportunities at BMO and or your banking needs, that's basically what, some of the experience that I bring to it. I guess the other thing to highlight is I'm kind of a person you could talk to before talking to the bank. And I'm actually going to be your finder to help you find people that will meet your needs within the bank and also advocate for you and help you craft a story to tell the relationship managers and or the banking partners we hope to, that BMO can support you with. So, our approach to client experience, really, this is where I come in, is on the understanding phase. I do know healthcare very well after 25 years, both in Canada and the US. I try to learn what's really important to you, what your business is focused on, what your growth aspirations are. So try to align what your banking needs are with your objectives. Certainly banking services in the startup phase. I'm learning as I'm going about banking because I have a lot of healthcare experience. What I learned and what my goal was to learn more about financing a company. And after 2.5 years, I've learned that a lot of companies in Canada, a lot of it's through angel investors. And certainly BMO could play a role with you there, developing high interest accounts for your some of the funding to go into to make sure your money makes you money. Maybe not as much of an issue 5 years ago when interest rates were at zero. But these days you can get higher interest rate accounts that can really help save you some money. We also, as a bank, and I'm going to present that in the next slide, we have very simplified Canada to US, US to Canada options on the banking side. BMO Commercial Bank is the 6th largest commercial bank in North America. So if your goal is to grow in the US or potentially enter the US marketplace, we're an excellent partner for you. So basically, from understanding your needs, we design some options for you that will bring the full power of BMO to support you. We have industry sectors that I represent that's focused on certain industries such as franchise, healthcare, and whatnot. And then we have some unique sponsorship and partners. So I know I've heard many times there's a lot of businesses focused on women's health, even some focused on Black entrepreneurs, I guess is the phrase that's used. So there's a lot of different areas within the bank that has pools of money to help support, women-led businesses, Black entrepreneurs, and others, First Nations individuals as well. So please, if you reach out to me, I'm able to search those people out, connect you, and then we could develop a full kind of a suite of services. And then we work with you to implement things. We don't want any surprises. And then we always revisit and kind of analyze things. And everybody's, as your company grows, you're going to need different banking needs, different banking options. And obviously, we want to help you with that too. So I highlighted this uh, before, but here we're North America's 8th largest bank by assets, the most highly diversified. We've recently completed the purchase of Bank of the West, which was based in San Francisco. And Bank of the West was a very well-established bank in the Western U.S. We have a tremendous amount of, we're physically in 32 different states. We're electronically right across the U.S. If you go to LA Stadium and watch the soccer at LA Stadium, it's not called LA Stadium, it's called BMO Field. And also the LA Galaxy, the soccer club, has the BMO logo on it. So we're very well integrated into the US, and we can, offer a lot of opportunities for growth for you. This gives you a sense of our cross-border offerings. We have great history in Chicago, over 20 years of history in Chicago. And as you can see, we service a tremendous number of states in the U.S. and we have full capital markets in New York City as well as in Chicago, and even family office groups and investment offices in Minneapolis, where of course Medtronic is from. I used to work for Medtronic as well. So there's a lot of opportunities with our unique cross-border offering that we make available to you. Just to highlight some of the key things that we can offer is really an integrated solution for really good and effective cash management. We have the BMO Treasury and Payment Solutions. We partner with Moneris. Moneris is the leader in electronic payments when it comes to point of sale and or taking monies online or via phone, right? So we have a very strong online business banking award-winning platform that can meet your needs. And I'll let you read the bullet points here. I don't think I need to speak about all of them. And this highlights kind of the key things that we could do. Interactive transfers, incoming, outgoing. There could be a limit of 25,000. That could be changed. Desktop check scanners, so you don't have to make trips to the bank. And as I say, a pretty significant online banking for business platform that's available to you as well. We also have BMO Nesbitt Burns, which is our wealth services partner. Depending upon your age and need, we have a winning approach of wealth planning, philanthropy, trust and estate services, and also platinum banking. So I would be able to make you aware of some of the options, connect you with individuals. And as I say, my role is to meet with you initially, learn more about what your needs are, what your age and stage is, and then transition things to whomever would be most effective in meeting your needs. And then I will have an ongoing relationship with you, so you could always contact me and have discussions about your needs. And then we can make sure we position you and present like a full, strong story based upon what the bank would like to see in order to get you approved for whatever services and financing that you'd require. So once again, it's, I'm just going to close with my background. You've got a partner with me, a healthcare partner. I've got extensive experience. I'll share one of the stories of challenge that we all experience. And I was the 4th sales rep that worked for Allergan back in the day in the late 90s, hired to sell a little known neurological product called Botox. So when I covered Botox, I originally was based in Ottawa. I covered the Maritimes, Manitoba, Eastern Ontario. Basically, when you put a dot on a map in Canada, the places nobody wanted to travel to was my territory, because there had been 3 reps based in Montreal, Toronto, and Western Canada at the time. So when you're the new person, you kind of cover a lot of the areas that other people don't want to cover. I did have the opportunity to move to Toronto and cover Oakville to Oshawa, all uses of Botox. And initially it was used for neurological, what we'd call medical conditions, related to traumatic brain injury, stroke, and or cerebral palsy, and inappropriate neural activity that neurologists basically would diagnose, such as what we call dystonias. So I was very heavily involved in that. The story I'd like to share is that I did have the opportunity to approach a plastic surgeon in the late 90s, educate him about Botox and how it could be beneficial within his practice to consider it. What was interesting was that everybody in the office thought I was a nice guy, including the receptionist and the plastic surgeon's nurse that was present. However, the plastic surgeon did make me aware that, he felt Botox might work too well, that he had a surgical suite in the back he had financed for the bank and wanted to pay off. And if Botox worked too well, he might not do facelifts anymore. So, it's interesting when you're starting out how some of these things, I'm sure 22 years or 25 years later, this was a plastic surgeon at Young and Eglinton, which is, full of a lot of, wealthy individuals. And it's interesting how, 25 years later, some of these things, I'm sure that plastic surgeon's office has numerous nurses injecting. So I know what it's like to kind of be a pioneer and try to break down walls. And look forward to partnering with you. Let's connect, and then I can help guide and suggest options that hopefully will be beneficial for your business.